Chapter 17, Spotted. While Jason was flying the air patroller, Jason started putting on a few songs playing for the three pups, and they all sang along to them and started having fun along the way. Half an hour into the flight, Chase took off his seatbelt and started to head to Jason, who was flying in the cockpit. Plus. Chase, look Jason, I'm sorry about yesterday, maybe I was being a bit too harsh. Jason, no need to apologize Chase, I deserve every word you said to me, I was a jerk back then, I want to know from you is if, we're cool? Chase thought about it for a little, then gave his answer. Chase, yeah, we're cool. Jason, may I pet you? Chase, oh okay. A bit nervous. Jason then petted Chase gently, and Chase could feel inside something that burns, but Chase knew it meant it was a healing process from what he went through as a young pup. Chase then went back to his seat. As Sky and Liberty had faces of relief that nothing blew over between those two, after half an hour, they arrived at their location. Jason, pups, we're here. Jason then steadily and carefully landed the air patroller just outside the Army's base, which was in the middle of a desert, and Jason and all of the other pups got out, and they were greeted by someone Jason knew very well. Plus. Jason, Karen, is that you? Karen, Jason, what are you doing here? Smiling. Jason, well, I've came here, 'cause I've got some new friends who need help finding some of their other friends. Karen, oh, who are these three adorable puppies? Jason, this is Chase, Sky and, wait who are you again, I'm sorry. Liberty, the newest member of the PAW patrol. Karen, well, it's nice to meet all three of you, but I'm sorry Jason, I can't let the other pups in just like that, my commander would be furious if he finds out that I'm helping out outsiders from the Army. Chase, I have a sergeant officer rank, am I allowed to come in? 3. Chase showed his badge that was on his police suit, and Karen looked equally impressed as Jason was. Karen, that will do, come on in. Surprised. Chase then entered, and the others tried to enter, but Karen refused. Karen, sorry, just Chase. Jason, Sky and Liberty nodded. Liberty, you've got this buddy. Chase and Karen then started walking into the Army's base, and while they were getting their way there, Chase looked at all of the U.S. Army's soldiers, who were doing some gritty and tough training routines, and as Chase being a police officer, he always admired what the Army does. Chase, Karen, I just want to say, I have a huge respect for people who work in the Army to keep your country safe from any enemies or outsiders. Karen, well, it's our job, the country's fate and future relies on our hands, but thanks for the compliment. Chase and Karen then got inside a secretly hidden room, which had heat seekers and a bunch of other high-tech cameras and scanners. Chase, so, is this able to detect invisible vehicles? Karen, oh yeah, and it can detect anything from miles away, go ahead. Chase then looked at the high-tech cameras, and rewind back to the time where Mayor Humdinger showed up, and took his friends. Chase, alright mister, where the hell did you go? Chase then saw deeper into the camera as Mayor Humdinger, his kiddies, and his henchmen went inside the vehicle, and it went invisible, but Chase was now able to see the outlines of the invisible vehicle, and he went to other cameras and followed the vehicle around, it went out of town, to a very familiar cave. Chase, gasps I know where he went. Karen, who? Chase, excited Karen, thank you very much for helping us out, licks her cheek, but I've got to go, bye. Chase then ran and sped off out of the secret room and out of the base. Karen, okay, good luck. Chase then went to the exit of the Army base, as some guards allowed him to get past, as he headed towards Jason, Sky and Liberty, who were waiting outside. Sky, did you find them? Chase, not exactly, but I know the place where Mayor Humdinger went. Liberty, where? Chase, in the Dino Wilds. 1. Jason, the Dino Wilds? What's that? Sky explained to Jason and Liberty. Sky, it's a secret world of dinosaurs that is under a special cave. Jason, but I thought dinosaurs were extinct? Chase, that's what we thought too, but come on, let's go to the air patroller and head back to the lookout, we've got a team to save. The group went to the air patroller as Jason flew it again, and they headed back to the lookout, which took them about another hour, and it was now about lunchtime. Jason had a sandwich he packed along the way, and shared some of it with the 3 pups to make sure they didn't go hungry. Then, the pups got all of their best rescue gear equipment from the lookout, and Chase guided them to the Dino Patroller. Chase, the only way we can get through the rough terrain of the Dino Wilds is with the Dino Patroller, go in. The whole group got in, as Jason got on the wheel, and drove the Dino Patroller as Chase sent him coordinates of the location. After 20 minutes, they arrived at the special cave near the mountains. Chase, Jason, activate the hard wheels. Jason did, and the wheels became much bigger, and they were able to easily drive over the very sharp rocky edges leading up to the Dino Wilds, and Jason saw a waterfall ahead. Jason, ah. A waterfall. Chase, you're doing great, drive into it at full power. Jason, full power? Are you crazy? 3. Chase, trust me. Jason then looked at Chase for a little bit, and decided to trust him, and went through the waterfall at full power, and the Dino Patroller came out and into the Dino Wilds. Chase, we are here. Continue to next part. Chapter 18, Found. Chase, let's go visit Rex, he might know all of the available places around here. Sky, good idea. Jason, are we going to visit a dinosaur? Chase and Sky laughed their eyes out, while Liberty and Jason looked at them in confusion. Sky, no silly. Laughing, he's just another pup who has the name of a dinosaur. Jason, oh, got it. Chase, I'll send you the coordinates now. Chase then by his screen tracker sent Jason the coordinates, and Jason headed towards Dr. Turbot's dinosaur ranch, and after 15 minutes, they arrived, and Dr. Turbot and Tilly Turbot, who were outside, were excited to see them as Chase, Sky, Liberty and Jason got out of the Dino Patroller. Dr. Turbot, hello PAW Patra - wait, where's the rest of you? Chase, they were taken by former Mayor Humdinger. Sky, and we are on a quest to find them. Liberty, we saw them come by this area, and we wanted to ask Rex for help. Tilly Turbot, oh no, are they okay? Jason, we're about to find out. Dr. Turbot, oh, and you guys' names are? Jason, I'm Jason. Liberty, and I'm Liberty, newest member of the PAW Patrol. Tilly Turbot, nice to meet you guys, Rex is inside the ranch, I'll tell him you're here. Calls to Rex, Rex. You have company. Rex, coming. Rex then came out of the ranch, and saw 2 pups he recognized, and a new pup in person he didn't. Rex, oh hello Chase and Sky, who are your 2 new friends? Chase, Rex, this is Jason, and Liberty. Rex, well, nice to meet you guys. Liberty, are you a new member of the PAW Patrol? 'Cause I don't remember your name. Liberty, why yes I am. Notices, what is wrong with your back legs? Rex rolls his eyes, it's a long story, anyway, where are the rest of the PAW Patrol? Sky, they're missing, they were taken by former Mayor Humdinger, and we saw him come in here, and we were wondering if you could tell us if there are any possible hiding locations he may have gone to. Rex, sure, although the only places that he can hide in are mountain caves, and some are already occupied by dinosaurs, so you've got to be careful not to wake up and anger the beauties. Chase, thanks Rex, do you have a map that could maybe help us too? Rex, sure. Rex then searched around the ranch a little, until he found a dusty map, and he gave it to Jason to hold. Rex, these are all possible mountain caves that Humdinger could have hid in, but first, it's almost lunchtime, let's eat first. Chase, thanks, but we've already had lunch, and we're pretty desperate to find our friends. Rex, oh, okay, see you guys. Good luck. Liberty, thanks for the help Rex. The group of Chase, Sky, Liberty and Jason then went back to the Dino Patroller and started examining and looking at the map Jason was given. Jason: okay, so there are a total of 4 mountain caves around the Dino Wilds. First one is just 3 minutes away. Chase: well, what are we waiting for? Let's go. The pups then seatbelted, while Jason drove the Dino Patroller, and Jason was at awe at looking at all the unique dinosaurs, and after 3 minutes, they arrived at the Wonsta Mountain. Jason: first mountain cave is here. Chase: okay guys, please be very quiet, we don't want to get ourselves noticed by Mayor Humdinger, or any bad dinos. Everyone else nodded as they carefully went inside the first Dino cave. Chase: barks quietly flashlight. Chase's flashlight came out, and they looked around, but to their disappointment, it was empty. Sky: sighs nothing here. Chase: let's search the next one. The group went back to the Dino Patroller, as Jason drove to the next mountain cave, and in 10 minutes, they arrived at the next one, as they got out. Chase: okay, this is the next one. Quietly barks, flashlight. The group went inside the cave, and they saw a family of Brachiosaurus, sleeping peacefully inside the cave. Sky: ah, they are such cuties. Liberty, Chase and Jason: shoo. Sky: oh, sorry. Chase: well, Mayor Humdinger is not here, let's check the third mountain cave. The group once again got back in the Dino Patroller, as Jason drove to the next mountain cave, which took them 30 minutes before they finally arrived. Chase: okay, hopefully this is the one. Barks quietly, flashlight. The group then immediately saw a family of Tyrannosaurus rexes, sleeping together, and the group then froze, and then slowly and very quietly left the cave. Liberty: where could that guy be? Chase: well, there is only one mountain cave left to search, and it's really deep into the Dino Wilds, it's 4 hours from here. Jason, Liberty, and Sky: 4 hours. The group then heard rumbling noises from the cave they left. Chase: oh, I think we disturbed the T-Rexes, go now. Before they see us. The group immediately ran as fast as they could to the Dino Patroller, and Jason drove away quickly before the dinos could spot them, and after 2 hours, the ride was getting exhausting for Sky and Liberty as they took a nap, but Chase was still wide awake. He was determined to find and save Ryder and the rest of his friends. Then, an hour later, Chase woke up the 2 sleepy girl pups. Chase: girls, we're almost here. Sky and Liberty woke up, and as Jason approached it, the pups saw 2 people standing outside, and they immediately recognized who they were. Chase: Jason. Stop. Jason stopped the Dino Patroller. Jason: why? Chase: let's hide right behind this mountain. Jason then drove the Dino Patroller to a side of where the entrance was, and they didn't see those 2 people move. Chase: I don't think they saw us. Phew. Jason: who? Liberty: those 2 guys who are standing outside are Mayor Humdinger's goons. I bet he must have put them there to make sure no one would notice them or check this cave out. Chase: well guys, this is it, we found the place where Humdinger is staying, our friends must be inside, all we have to do now is save them. Sky: but how are we going to get past them unnoticed? Chase thought for a little while, then, a light bulb came on his brain. Chase: I have an idea. Chapter 19, Breaking In. Liberty: what is it? Chase: well, I think this is one of the best plans I've come up with, so, Jason, since Butch and Ruben don't know you, you go and try to talk to them about anything, say anything to them that might distract them. Jason: okay. Chase: while you do that, me, Sky and Liberty will sneak into that cave, and then rescue our friends. Liberty: well, I can't think of a better idea, let's do this. Sky: wait, what happens if they spot us? Chase: if they do then, we may have to knock them out for a little while. Sky: alright, I can't see this going wrong. Jason then came out of the hiding place, and headed towards Butch and Ruben, and the henchman noticed him now. Butch, who are you? And what are you doing here? Jason, I'm Jason, and I work for a pizza delivery. Reuben, I don't remember Mayor Humdinger ordering anything, but oh well, bring it here. Jason, I was wondering, what are you guys' favorite kind of pizza? Butch, I like the mozzarella. Reuben, I like the pepperoni. Jason was doing a good job distracting Butch and Reuben, and meanwhile, the pups crept in from behind, trying to sneak into the cave, but, at an unfortunate time, a dinosaur roar was heard in the direction where the trio of pups were trying to sneak in, and Butch and Reuben turned around, and immediately spotted them. Reuben, hey, it's a distraction, get them. Butch and Reuben tried to catch the pups, but they were too quick for them, and then, when they both crashed into each other, Chase saw his opportunity. Chase, barks nets. Chase then shot a net for Butch, and another for Reuben. Reuben was trapped under his net, but Butch was stronger than the pups expected, and he literally ripped off Chase's net from him, and then freed his buddy too. The pups knew that they had to try something different. Chase, Sky, since Butch is strong, try to use the side of your wings since it's metal, on his head, and hit him hard enough to knock him out. Sky, got it. Barks, wings. Sky's wings then came out, and she did as Chase told her, constantly hitting Butch's head hard again and again with her metal wings as she kept flying and coming back towards him so he couldn't catch her. And Butch was getting dizzy and looked like he was going to pass out at any time, but just as it looked like Sky was going for the final blow to knock Butch out, Butch caught Sky mid-air and started choking her with his hands. Butch, you thought you could get away with that. You're going to pay. Sky tried to get out of Butch's grip by flying away, but Butch was holding her by the neck tight, and she was quickly losing oxygen. Jason tried to punch and kick Butch, but one punch made Jason stumble to get back to his feet. Chase and Liberty knew they had to do something quick. 1. Chase, we've got to do something, Sky's passing out. Liberty, barks grappling hook. Liberty then took a distance, and then took a big sudden jerk with the grappling hook to deliver as much impact as possible, and just when Sky's eyes were about to fully close, Liberty's hook directly hit Butch's head, and that was enough to knock him out, fall to the ground, and let go off of his grip of Sky. Sky, trying to catch her breath, thanks guys. The group then looked at Reuben, and Reuben looked scared. Reuben, listen, we can talk about this. Heh, scared. Chase, barks, net. Chase then trapped Reuben again under a net. Chase, okay guys, I admit that may have not been the perfect plan. Sky, it still worked. Now, let's go save Ryder and the others. Liberty, okay, but be careful. Humdinger might still be lurking inside. Chase and Sky nodded, as they, Liberty and Jason went inside the cave, quietly and carefully, but it wouldn't have mattered, cause Mayor Humdinger was waiting, and he was prepared, cause right as the group entered, he flipped a lever, and a giant cage fell over the group. Mayor Humdinger, laughing ha ha ha. You fell right into my trap. Chase, Mayor Humdinger, you're going to pay for this. Mayor Humdinger, oh, really? Pay for what? Oh, right, pay for more anesthesia bottles, kitty. Mayor Humdinger's flying kitty then came above the group trapped inside the cage, and dropped a gas grenade, and since Jason and the pups couldn't run or go anywhere cause of the cage, they couldn't hold their oxygen for long, and eventually, the anesthesia got to them, as they felt sleepy, and their eyes were getting weary, and a few seconds later, they collapsed and were knocked out cold. Continue to next part.